The war between Ukraine and Russia has reached a new level of brutality in the Kharkiv region. Shocking images reveal intense attacks, close-quarter combat, and drones flying over devastated areas. But what is really happening on this front line? In one of the most contested territories of the conflict, defending Kharkiv has become a matter of survival for Ukraine. A strategic operation changed the course of the battle. The Kraken unit, from Ukraine's military intelligence, launched a bold offensive, with reconnaissance drones and precision strikes paving the way for infantry to advance. Captured images from the battlefield show the harsh reality of war. 3 Russian battalions were neutralized, including the feared Shtorm unit. The dense forests of Kharkiv have become a deadly terrain, where limited visibility and rugged land turn every ambush into a life-or-death game. The conflict shows no signs of truce. Every meter gained is paid for with lives, and the footage makes it clear. The war is relentless and far from over. Want to understand the outcome of this battle and follow the next movements on the front line? Watch the video until the end. What you are about to see contains real war footage from the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. It is presented strictly for documentary purposes. We do not encourage violence. Recommended for 18+. The war between Ukraine and Russia continues to unfold in the strategic region of Kharkiv, one of the most contested areas of the conflict. This region, located in northeastern Ukraine, plays a crucial role in both sides' strategies, being essential for military logistics and territorial defense.
Правіше був. Мінус, поки мінус. Ромаха. Скажи, що ми контролем 2 підерів. Один ще живий, ми його допрашуємо. І ще один десь заникався 30 метрів. Поки нехай над нами птичкою не літають, тому що ми не поймемо своя. Не убиваю. Сколько вас ішло?
Двое.
Отвечай.
Двое.
За баганом дрова піде. Чили. Короче, підер живий. Він уже не жилець. У мене є ідея. Нехай зараз я йому попрошу, подойду тихо. Там є третій. Він його почне звати. Ми третього оборонимо.
Ротный, позывной и...
Резкий.
Это ветка?
Нет, это степ. Резкий степ. Там остался Роба, по-моєму. Коротше, є особисті речі, телефон, таке. Цього шманали. Цей баран з вчорашнього дня. Баран новий раз, другий ще живий.
In the battle north of Lypsti, Ukrainian forces launched a strategic operation to reclaim occupied territory. The Active Operations Unit of Ukrainian Military Intelligence, known as GUR MO Kraken, as a result, 400 hectares of forest were liberated, where 3 Russian motorized rifle battalions, the Shtorm detachment, and a reconnaissance company from Russia's 7th Regiment of the 11th Army Corps were neutralized. Exclusive footage captured by drones and body cameras show the intensity of the war and the fight for survival.
Браво, рух!
Плюс, рух! Наполеон, я пошел вперед! У нас контакт. Трассы стреляют. Шмур. Продвигайся! Спейс! Пидор, ты сколько?
The footage of this offensive demonstrates the complexity of the battles fought in the forested terrain of Kharkiv. The dense landscape favors ambushes and limits visibility, making combat even more challenging.
Мараха! Бачу бліндаж! Де бліндаж? Бліндаж там десь. Він каже 20 метрів впереді. Ну ми не можемо туди рухати. Ну щоб не було той позиції бліндаж видно, коротше. Давайте, нахуй! Граната!
У них там плен. Да. Пленные говорят, что подкрепление будет идти с Берлина. Пускай передай на штаб.
Мама, занять оборону всіх!
From a military perspective, controlling this area strengthens Ukraine's ability to defend its front line and complicates future Russian offensives. For Russia, losing positions in Kharkiv represents a strategic setback, reducing its influence over this part of Ukrainian territory. The battle for the forests of Kharkiv highlights the strategic significance of this region in the war between Ukraine and Russia. The conflict continues to shape the boundaries of territorial control, as soldiers on both sides endure extreme combat conditions. This documentary aims to provide an impartial perspective, based on facts and visual records, to better understand the complexity of modern warfare. It also allows for a deeper insight into the tactical challenges of the confrontation.
Кушаешь, блядь, украинской гречки, ёбаный в рот с котлетами, охуенно.
Don't want to miss new videos every day? then like it now.